Hello, how's everybody doing? You reached King Trident's Tribe if you didn't know by now. How's everybody doing? Let me set my chat up so that way I can see you guys. Hey Stella, how are you doing? Hey Victoria, hey Eva. All right, dumb thing, let's go. I don't know why they have a managing side if it doesn't work. Let's see here. Hey Jennifer, hey Ether. How's everybody doing? Blue. All right, where's this thing at? For some odd reason, I can't see the chats in here. All right, here we go. Finally. Now I can see what's going on. How's everybody doing? I have a message that I'm going to share with you guys here in a few minutes. I'm going to give a couple more minutes like I always do to allow other people to get into the room. But I wanted to go ahead and chat with you guys. Hey, Em, to see how you guys are doing, seeing what happened this week. You know, how was the energy this week? I spent a lot of time working on myself, grounding myself. I spent a lot of time hiking and working out and just enjoying the nice weather. My night's awesome. I'm here with you. You know, I enjoy my date nights. You know, I moved my date nights from Friday to Thursday to see if that would help you guys a little more, because I know some people they like to do things on Fridays. So I wanted to not be selfish, and that's why I put out that survey to see what you guys wanted to do. And now we have Thursday date night with King Trident. Just as good, if not even better. Yeah, that's awesome, man. You had powerful meditation. Yeah, meditation is so important, strengthening your mind, and it actually helps you with assisting with communicating with the angels. TGIT. Thank God it's Thursday. Well, you know, Thursday is actually my Friday, so I'm actually I'm pretty happy today, even though I do have to work this weekend. But early Friday, yep, that's right. So what have you guys been doing this week? Hopefully you brought some good questions to ask tonight. Betty, hey Betty, how you doing? You been working out? Hey Radhika, how are you doing, Radhika? Hey Amy. Lots of dreams. Hopefully you're journaling, Amy. Refocus, yep, refocus. Pull back your energy and devote your energy to yourself. Oh, hey Yara, that's good. You don't have to ask questions. This is the date night. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Hey Jennifer. Jennifer talks to deer. That's awesome. Meditation plus yoga. That's awesome. There you go. Reunited with your old best friend. Namaste to you too, Radhika. I'm even more humbled. So my message tonight is going to be about protecting and respecting yourself, and it's a message that I got this actually this afternoon. I felt that this week this is a message that not only that I need, but I believe that the collective needs. And just looking through some of my comments this week, it just felt like this was the right message. And you know, as I always do, whenever today I actually changed it up. Usually I listen to 80s and early 90s music whenever I'm channeling, but today I've been on a thanks to Radhika, I've been on a Sadhguru kick, and Radhika, those videos that you sent me, I was listening to those as I was channeling, and so I'm sure Sadhguru's inspiration came through on the message that I'm about to deliver. And if anybody doesn't know who Sadhguru is, you should look it up, because Sadhguru is there's only a couple people, I mentioned this to a few people this week, but Sadhguru is one of two people that honestly I believe 100% of what they say. The other one would be Dr. Wayne Dyer. So those two people, man, they're really special people. I know Wayne Dyer is not here anymore, but they're special people. Yeah, I love Wayne Dyer too, Betty. Yep, Sadhguru. But they're definitely two special people in this world, and you can learn a lot of lessons from both of those individuals. So who this week is? Has anybody this week been dealing with any kind of protecting issues, or anything that's where you had to set boundaries for respect, or maybe having an issue with respecting yourself or others respecting you? Has anybody encountered any of these circumstances this week? Eckhart Tolle too. I'll have to look at that. I'll have to look that person up. So has anybody had to deal with any kind of protection issues or respecting yourself? Yeah, family issues. Yep, I understand that, Em. Spiritual rebel. Are you a spiritual rebel? Yeah. Oh man, I feel dumb now. Spiritual rebel. Okay, you're here. All right. Oh my God. All right, it's been a long week. Sorry, y'all gotta bear with me. Hey, spiritual rebel. I'm glad that you made it to my channel. Yeah, protection probably is the message for this week. I haven't really been on a lot of social media, and not even watched a lot of YouTube besides Sadhguru. Hey, Carolina. Hey, Cindy. But Yeah, I would probably say that is it because a lot of times my messages line up with other people's the themes of their messages. We seem to be able to we we seem to be able to provide messages to the collective that are similar. Hey Monica, how you doing? Welcome everyone. Welcome. You've made it to King Tribe live event. I'm getting ready to deliver a message on protecting and respecting yourself, and we're gonna move forward here in about a minute. Oh, you deleted all your social media? That's awesome. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Facebook, as everybody knows. I'm fine with that. You know, I deleted mine the end of December, and I don't even miss it. Matter of fact, I could probably delete all my social medias, and I wouldn't miss any of them. I'd probably be all right with just a flip phone too. Yeah, I love how the messages all morph together too, Jennifer. It is confirmation. We all are together in a collective, and I just feel like that a lot of times the messages are delivered through energy, and actually I know that because the energy that I get is channeled into words. Spiritual rebel, you missed 9 years of pics. Well, download them and then delete it. Technology is awesome. Get your removable hard drive and delete them all on there. I mean, delete them all on there. Add them all on there. Hey Drea, how you doing? 2:15 a.m. Man, I really appreciate you showing up. I hope you're doing good. I'm getting ready to do a message on protecting and respecting yourself. Yeah, I'm much happier too, Em, after getting rid of my social media. Yeah, the artist you left Facebook for your twin flame drove you bonkers. Yeah, nothing that they do makes sense. All right. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move forward with the message. So I got, like I said earlier, I got this message. I got this message about an hour ago, and basically I felt like that the message that's coming down is about protecting and respecting yourself, and this is highly important. It's definitely in the highest good and the best interest of you, and I'm going to explain a little bit why. So every day is important that we set and enforce personal boundaries. This means taking time to assess how you're doing mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. You know, those four pillars are highly important, and they play into the Holy Trinity, mind, body, and soul. You need to do this to ensure that you can carry on each day to conquer your journey and mission. You know, if we're not doing well mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually, we can't carry on in our mission. You know, you're gonna always be struggling. So it's very important that we take time to assess ourselves to know where we are on those four pillars. If you're low in any area, then you need to take time to yourself to make repairs. And it's okay. It's okay to make repairs. It's okay to disconnect from social media if you need to. YouTube, which is beginning to be a big part of social media, and anything else that is going to distract you from repairing yourself and lifting up any of those four areas: mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual. Because darkness lingers and is always watching for the most opportune time to attack you. and I know this from personal experience. We don't want to be the target. Some say that defense wins games. And you know what? This is maybe not a game, but this journey is sort of like a game because, you know, you are on a journey and you could be attacked anytime by darkness. Matter of fact, darkness loves to try. They just it's kind of like a cyber attack, you know. They're always looking for the little loopholes to attack you, and so which is why we have to be on top of our game and why we have to, you know, look after ourselves and ensure that we're in tip-top shape at all times. However, even though some say that defense wins games, I say that it's a balanced effort. And I don't know about you, but I don't like sitting back and always defending and protecting myself while being constantly attacked. A well-oiled offense can wipe out darkness with the blink of an eye. This is only when you have a balanced mind, body, and soul. Basically, that's your all-star team. So how does respect play into this lesson? Well, let me ask you a question. Do you respect yourself? Do you guys respect yourself? I know each of you do. You respect yourself. So most of you probably say yes, that you respect yourself. If your divine counterpart sets a date but didn't show, how would you handle that situation? How would you handle that situation? And if your divine counterpart set a date but didn't show? Well, let me tell you first and foremost, your time is very valuable. You will never get that time back ever again. You'll never get that time back. If you're supposed to meet them, you know, at a pub or for coffee or whatever, you know, you're always going to remember that day you were sitting there waiting for that person to arrive, but they never did. Let's put this in a deeper perspective. What if that was your last memory on Mother Gaia? Your last memory was sitting there waiting on your twin to show up to a date that they scheduled. That'd be very frustrating, huh? So how do you handle this? Well, you're a queen or a king. So you need to stay in your power. And I really want to highlight this next bullet. Be slow to anger. I know that would probably piss a lot of people off. You know, sitting there waiting for somebody, it doesn't matter if they're a twin or anybody, to show up to a date that somebody scheduled and they were a no-show. But we need to be slow to anger, and being slow to anger is staying in your power. So if you're angry because of this situation, pray. That's right, pray right there on the spot. Stay in an abundant mindset. When you're in your power, you have lots, and I mean lots, of quality soulmates that wants to be with you. Never forget that. You are special. You have special qualities. And there is lots of soulmates that wants to be with you. This is when you're in your power. You don't get angry. You use this as a learning experience because they just showed you a few things. How important you are to them. Are they a lack of importance that you are? how important your time is not to them. That they are obviously still in the Joker energy. Is with any other person that disrespects you, send them unconditional love. Turn and walk away and never look back. That's right. Never look back. They just performed an action that was self-eliminating. If they contact you, then keep it short and sweet. You tell them that their action was a non-negotiable item that they violated. Your time and energy is valuable. They disrespected you. You wish them the best, but you're moving forward with your life. Remember, your actions equal the truth. Your actions equal the truth. Your actions validate what you say. So mean what you say. This single action protects you and tells every clown that you encounter that you are a quality asset and you mean business. State your purpose and keep walking. Head up high with a smile, moving with a purpose. Serving and not swerving. This is staying firmly in your power and not letting no one knock you off your game. Basically, what you just told them is, checkmate, game over. That's right, checkmate, game over. We don't play games. So I want to say this. It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter if they're your twin. It doesn't matter if they're a soulmate. It doesn't matter if they're a business partner. It doesn't matter about anything. Whenever it comes down to boundaries, you need to enforce boundaries in every part of your life. If you don't respect yourself, then others are not going to respect you. They're going to always constantly try to get away with things that, and they're going to do it. If they get away with something, they're going to keep doing it. A lot of people that are in that negative, dark energy, they love to be able to get away with stuff, and they're going to keep doing that. But if you set boundaries up front and your actions speak the truth, which means what you say is what you do, they will never test that again because they won't get the opportunity to test it again. And yeah, that's right. Games are no fun. We don't play games. We ain't got time for games because our time is valuable. We are a light worker. We have very valuable time, and you only give your time and energy to people that deserve it. 100%. And you know what? Because you don't know when it's going to be your last day. Let me put it this way. My mom passed away on Valentine's Day, and my dad passed away 5 days later. They didn't know it was going to be their last day, and they were gone. They were gone like that. That one situation taught me how valuable time is. You never know when it's going to be your last day here on Mother Gaia. So live every day like it's going to be your last. Anyway, that's the end of my message, queens and kings, if I have any kings in here. But remember, the three most important things in life: peace, love, and happiness. And the cool cat down the road. I'm just kidding. All right, I'm opening it up for questions. If you guys got any questions, go ahead and ask. How's everybody doing? You got any questions? Do I have any questions up here? The cat down the road is very important. You might want to go take him to breakfast. Go ahead and ask questions now. So that way I can, I don't have to scroll all the way up and I can like read them right now. Okay, Em. So how did I know when I found my twin? Well, the easiest way to know if you found a twin, or my twin is whenever I looked into her eyes, it was electric. It was like something drew me closer to her. I could see her soul. I actually felt like that I recognized who she was, even though I didn't know. I didn't have any idea who she really was. But to me, it was more about the energy and about, whenever I first met her and when I was around her, the feeling was definitely different than anybody else that I've ever came encounter with. And especially whenever I looked into her eyes. That was the main thing, was whenever I looked into her eyes. Yeah, it does feel the same for the DM, I believe. I mean, I'm not a DF, so I don't really know, or I'm only me. So I'm going to assume that it feels the same for the other person too. Whenever you look into their eyes, it just feels electric. It feels like it's like, hey, dummy, this is me, It's kind of like shaking you around. It's like, this is me, you know what I mean? Yeah, he runs constantly. I would recommend that you watch my video about why the DM uh, ghost blocks and runs. I did a video why the DM ghost blocks and runs, and I think you should watch that video because I think it would help you out understanding that. How you doing, Melissa? So Ether says, how would you handle a used to be close friend who is also spiritual but makes absurd faces when you express your spiritual experiences? Would you just cut them off in your life? Yeah, well, yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like, pretty much my circle throughout my life has been somewhat small. But whenever I was going through my awakening processes, and I went through 3 of them, my circle went from being what I thought was normally small to being even smaller. And I'm gonna tell you right now, when it's small, I'm telling you, a small, tight knit team. And the reason why is because I seen exactly who certain people are. And even though, some people, they claim to be spiritual, they claim to be all kinds of things. I'm not going to knock people down because this is, my channel is for lifting people up, but I need to make people aware that there is people out there that are not who they seem they are. Let's put it that way. And that's why I always encourage that you watch. There's a reason why God only gave you 1 mouth and he gave you 2 ears and 2 eyes. Because you should definitely watch and listen more than you talk. And so a person's behaviors, a person's body language, and their actions is all you really need to know. You don't need to worry about what's coming out of here, because if what's coming out of here doesn't match what they're actually doing, that's your answer right there. And how would I handle it? Well, I wouldn't probably say anything to them because, for me, I just watch, and if I make observations, then I make observations. And then the only thing that's in my span of control is me, not them. They're going to continue to do what they're going to do. The only way I would ever talk to them about what they're doing is if they ask me. If they ask me my honest opinion, and I would say, hey, you want my honest opinion? Because if I give you my honest opinion, you're probably not going to like what I have to say. Then I would tell them. But I'm not going to offer it up just to offer it up. They would have to ask me first, because if not, then I'm just going to remove my energy from that person, and then I'm going to concentrate on me and my life, because I already put this person in another category outside my circle, and I already know who they are. So as you can see, they're outside the circle now. They're not in the circle anymore. You don't get to be in the circle of trust anymore. And that's them being in the circle of trust is a benefit, and the benefits can be taken away. Yeah, I think it's probably better. I mean, you know, the main thing is either is, how did you feel around that person? I mean, energy doesn't lie. How did you feel around that person? A lot of times, people that seem something that they aren't can suck your energy. You can't, Melissa. You can't see me talk, huh? Interesting. Um, Let me see if I missed somebody question. Okay, I don't think I missed anybody's question. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, energy vampires. I agree. Demotion. There's no room for jealousy. Yeah, no room for jealousy. I mean, you got to think about it. These actions, anger, jealousy. Where does that get you? How does that help you? Does it help you? Does it benefit you in any way? If not, basically what that does is it ends up releasing toxins into your body, and it ends up harming you more than it ends up harming them. Yeah, right. It drags you down. I don't know exactly what you're asking. You say, like, what it feel like, or how can you tell? I don't know. Can you explain that more? Because I don't really know what you're talking about. Hey, Drea. Drea asks, I noticed recently the more enlightened I become, the more some people around me are turning spiritual, believing in angels and meditation when they would never have had time for it. Yeah. Well, it looks like, Dre, you're making a positive experience upon people. So you know what? All I can say is keep that stuff up. And that's right, I didn't curse. I was gonna say a curse word, but I didn't. But keep that up, because you're important. You're an important person on Mother Gaia, and you're gonna be doing the same thing. Everybody can do the same thing that I'm doing. I mean, just because I'm on YouTube sharing my experiences and helping other people out, that's the same thing you guys can do. It's kind of like Jesus said the same thing. Anything that I do, you can do. Yeah, it is normal, and it is your influence. You're gonna experience both sides of it on this journey. I mean, either you're gonna have a positive influence upon them, and they're gonna, they're gonna be drawn in even more and want to learn, and they're gonna want to, maybe they'll change, what they're doing on their own without you even having to do stuff, or either, what you're doing is gonna either push people away, or you'll have people that want to attack you because that's just how some people are. Is you change your life, and you know what, just because, back in the day, you did something that was, a clown, when you're younger or whatever, they still like, well, back then you did this. Yeah, well, you know what? Everybody makes mistakes. But there is a time period where, you go through life experiences, things happen to you, and you end up changing your life. And James Wayne Dyer, he did a book on, change your thoughts, change your life. I mean, that book is amazing. I love that book because I read a passage each day, because that book's based on the Tao, which is a old Chinese what is it? An old Chinese I can't remember, but he was a philosopher. That's what he was. Old Chinese philosopher. But Wayne Dyer, he went and wrote a book with its own passages for each. You can read it each day, or you can read it straight through, whatever you want to do. I chose to every day get up, go sit outside, watch the sun come up, and read one passage a day. And that seemed to benefit me more than anything else. And so when you change your life, change your thoughts, people get attracted to you. And then there's some people that just want to be negative Nancy's, and they just want to like put you down, and they just want to tear you apart and all that other stuff. And then you know exactly who those people are, and then you just distance yourself, send them unconditional love, and keep moving down your path. Just because they're bad apples don't mean that everybody else is bad apples. Make sure you guys put in Tridents before the question, or king symbols before the question, so that way I can find them easier. Radica says, what about when the opposite happens? I think what you're referring to is like whenever people change for the opposite, what I just explained. So, I mean, yeah, if people, if they change, then you know exactly where those persons stand in your life. You ain't got time to, don't waste your energy on people that don't deserve you to, to have your energy. If they change, then just move on. Send them unconditional love, smile, be in your power. You're a king or a queen, and move forward. They can keep on doing their thing. You keep doing your thing. Your journey is very important. Your mission is very important, and you ain't got time, or you don't need to waste your energy on people that don't deserve you to waste your energy on. Yeah, exactly. Nobody has time for negativity. If you got time for negativity, well, it ain't gonna be in my space. Cindy had a question. Cindy says, how did you decide to take action to get into union? What made you take action instead of ghosting? Well, Cindy, you probably didn't watch my live event. I'm gonna go off of that by the question you asked. So, in my live event, which you can go back and watch, my last live event, I said that I was in union with myself. And I know that whenever I did my special announcement, I said that I am in union, and that's all I said was I'm in union. I didn't say I was in physical union. I didn't say that I was in union with my twin. But everybody took it that way, and I knew that they were going to take it that way, and I did that special announcement for a purpose because it was leading up to a learning lesson in my live event. And because when you're a teacher, and whenever you, my mission is to help and teach people, then I do different teaching methods to try to help you guys learn and understand the importance with being in union with yourself. Because what this is about is not just being in union with your twin. Union starts within. And so that's why that's so important. And for me, I'm in my king energy, moving into my emperor energy. I ain't got time to ghost. To me, that's a negative energy. and I ain't got time for that. You know, basically, if this is the way I feel about union with my twin or anybody else. Um, I'm good if you're with me, but I'm just as good as if you're not with me. And uh, and I'm gonna keep moving. I have more important things to do in my life than to worry about. You know, why worry about whether or not I'm gonna be in union with my twin? Whenever I have no control over that, the only control I have over that is myself. Other than that, they have to put forth the effort to get into union, and basically you're at the mercy of divine timing. All right, let me see if I missed somebody else's. Um, M says, how do you know when your twin's feeling your telepathy or connecting on the 5D? Can you feel your twin? Yeah, so I can feel my twin whenever through telepathy. Um, Basically, the way that I do it is whenever I meditate, I can often I can often get into a trance where I can connect telepathically with my twin, and basically I can see the image. You know, it's the image, the figure of my twin, and I can hear through energy my twin speaking. Now, we don't have long drawn out conversations, but usually it's like something like, you know, I love you, you're doing a great job, or something like that. It's something that's quick and to the point. It's we don't have long out drawn out conversations or anything like that, but I can tell and I can feel, and it feels like, you know, you can feel the love, you can feel the compassion, you can feel, you know, how proud they are of you. You're welcome, Radica. I appreciate you visiting my channel. You question all the time. Jennifer, you question, your ego gets doubtful. Higher self, angels, guides, believe and know truths and confirmation signs. That's true. Yep, absolutely. Hey, divinely surrounded. How you doing? Yeah, they are sock heads. Sock heads or poor schmucks. Those poor schmucks. Where's Liz whenever I need her? Talk about those poor schmucks. Let's see here. M says, does it affect them? I mean, you you always have a golden cord that connects your heart with your twins, no matter if they're with you or not. And you know, they can feel you just as much as you can feel them. They might deny it, and they'll probably say, "No, I don't." Whatever. That's fine. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. What matters is you. Can you feel it? You know, um, when you're, you know, because when you're in separation, it doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, I know that we always wonder these things, but we're not going to benefit the situation by constantly wondering whether our twin can feel us or not. But I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to give you confirmation that yes, your twin can feel you because you're twins, and there is a golden cord that connects your heart and their heart. And I'm even going to go on the record for saying this because I know a lot of people probably wonder this, and people always want to practice like cord cutting. I'm sorry, and I feel this intuitively, and you know, my intuition, I believe, is the fact, and people don't have to believe me if they don't want to. That's fine, but you can't cut the cord between you and your twin. You can't. It's a divine connection. Can you move forward? Do you have free will? Yes, absolutely, 100%. You have free will in this world. If you choose to go on a different path with a soulmate or someone else, you can do that. But can you cut the cord between you and your twin? No, you can't. I'm gonna go on the record. That's how I feel about cord cutting. I feel like about cord cutting the same thing that I feel about false twins. I don't believe in false twins. This is the way I believe. This is what I believe. You're either a karmic or you're a twin. One or the other. None of that cord cutting. People always think they can. Dude, I'm gonna tell you what cord cutting is whenever you decide to go a different route. You know, that's the closest you're gonna get to cord cutting. You're not gonna actually be able to cut the cord, but that's the closest you're gonna get. Let's see here. What we got going on? What we got? Somebody got some Pop-Tarts? Hold on a minute. Where we at? Yeah, spiritual rebel. Sometimes, you know, I can't say that I honestly always feel my twin, but I do feel my twin. And I do hear her higher self at times. Do I always? No, I don't always. Yeah, Jennifer, I feel the same way. False twin might be a karmic. I mean, karmics are not bad. I mean, they can be bad, but I mean, what I'm saying is karmics are there for a reason in your life, to teach you a lesson. You're supposed to open your eyes and learn the lesson. And if you don't learn the lesson, you're gonna keep getting a series of karmics that are there, just, you know, a different person with the same lesson. So it's important for us to pay attention. You know, life is like being in school 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You're always there to learn something. There's lessons to be learned every single day. We just have to open our eyes, see what it is that we're supposed to learn. Let me see here. Let me make sure I admit. Hey, Diana. So Diana asks, would you talk about your take on twins during separation and meeting in dreams? Sure. I'm not sure exactly because I mean, that's such a broad subject, but I mean, twins, we go into separation. I mean, I don't know exactly what you want me to talk about exactly. If you have something particular you want me to talk about, then I will, but meeting in dreams is very important, which is why I always say to journal. I have a journal, I journal. And even if it's a dream that is not about my twin, I journal it. And because dreams are lessons. They say that whenever you're in a dream state, your mind is at a unconscious level that's conscious enough, if that makes sense, to be able to communicate with the spirit realm and your angels. And so whenever you're gaining this knowledge, it's very important to, when you first get up, to journal it down. Because you might not understand what your dream means right then and there, but 2, 3, a week, a month down the road, when you look back and like, oh man, palm to forehead, that's what that was meaning. And that's why it's so important for you to journal it down, because they probably are sending you a message about something and you're just not, maybe you haven't went through that situation yet. And maybe it's something you need for the future. but that's why you need to journal it down. As far as twins and separation, you know, it's most, I will say this, every single person's journey is unique to them. Now, I don't believe also in twin flame phases. I know people like have on the internet all these phases and whatever you go through. I don't believe that's true. I believe your journey is unique to you, because I've seen lots of situations that don't meet the phase criteria that's on there. Now, does most people go through those certain steps during their journey? Yeah, they do. But I wouldn't say that, you know, there's one there's a blanket of step by step of, hey, at step 1 you do this, step 2 you do this, step 3 you do this. No, absolutely not. Your journey is unique to you. Does twins go in separation? Absolutely, they go in separation, because it's like the butterfly effect. You know, you both start out as caterpillars. A lot of times you meet up. Now, this doesn't always happen either, but a lot of times it does. You meet up, you know, you know, the divine lets you see, hey, this is your twin, and then you go your separate ways, which is going into separation, and then you go in your cocoon, and then that's whenever you start going in metamorphosis, and you start working on yourself. You know, you're working on your deliberate development. You're working on self-improvement. You're working on your health. You're working on, you know, your spiritual side of the house. You know, you're just basically, you're always working on yourself. You're healing deep-seated wounds that you didn't even know existed before, but whenever you were with your twin, it made these wounds open up, and you realize, hey man, I thought I healed that, but I didn't. And I don't know why I'm feeling this. And a lot of times that's what happens, is you go into separation after that, because you're not even aware that those wounds still exist. And then after you go into your cocoon and you work on yourself, and you get, I would say, roughly around that 80-90% of healing, self-improvement, and deliberate development, then you come out of your cocoon as a beautiful butterfly, and then that's whenever you meet up and go into union. Now, does everybody go into union? I don't feel like every twin goes into union with their twin. I mean, I believe it just depends on what you're here for and what your journey is supposed to be. I mean, I'm not going to tell you that you're never going into union. I'll never tell anybody that. You know, you only know that, and your intuition is the only thing you need to listen to, and pray to the divine. And those two things right there will tell you exactly where you need to be. Let me see if I missed somebody. I'm sure I did, because I was rambling on. Man, I talked a lot. Hold on, man. Where we at? Oh, I think I'm to my next question. You're welcome, ma'am. Divinely Surrounded says, please explain separation. If we have recently started texting here and there after no contact, is this separation? Well, it depends, Divinely Surrounded. So basically, you went your separate ways, and that was separation, if I'm understanding this correctly. And then you guys started texting again and having carry on conversation through texting. Well, I mean, obviously, you know, you have communication, and so I mean, you're in separation, physical separation, but you're still having communication. So that's actually a really good sign that, you know, you're able to, you're like, it's like building blocks. You're like building the foundation right now. And so basically what I would say is you know, go into texting without any expectations. Make sure it's light, you know, to the point, and you know that you don't want to ruin it by putting any expectations on it. You want to make sure that it's just light, friendly conversations. That's my recommendation on that. But I would always say, listen to your intuition on what exactly you say and what you don't say, because your intuition is the truth. Let me see here. I'm sure you feel your twin, spiritual rebel. You know, don't second guess yourself. A lot of people, that's the problem is they second guess themselves instead of just accepting that, hey, that is my twin. And I had the same thing because I was like, what is this? You know, I don't know what's going on. And it took some time for me to realize, okay, now it's starting to make sense. Um, Make sure I'm missing anybody. Oh, good night, Drea. I like your Irish saying. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate you stopping by and visiting my live event. That, you know, I appreciate your dedication. And I send you much love and light, Drea. Have a good night. You're welcome, Cindy. That's what I'm here for. Hey, Miss Chris Cole. How are you doing? Yeah, I always use lots of different analogies. I feel like that helps me teach a lot better. Chrissy, Chrissy says, I tried cord cutting that included cutting my twin, and the next day he sent me a text. The cord cutting definitely didn't work. Of course it didn't work. You're trying to reverse something that's this a spiritual connection. It's a divinely guided connection, and people think that they can cut. People think that they can interfere with that. You probably should have some chats with the divine and your angel team about that. Not you, but people that are doing that. I know you, I see exactly where you're going with this. That's actually pretty funny. Much gratitude to you, Michelle. Em asked, do they dream about you in separation? Uh, I'm sure they do. I mean, if you're dreaming about them and you have a golden cord that connects you to, most of the time, if you're dreaming about somebody, they're thinking about you. Let me just put it that way. Mikey says, why can't the DMs drop the karmics? Well, I wouldn't say it's just the DMs. This happens. This happens on both sides. But I will go ahead and answer in the way that you asked it is, as far as the DMs goes, the reason why is because there's lessons that they have to learn, and the reason why there's a karmic in their life. The karmic's there to teach them a lesson. If they're not learning the lesson, then they're gonna continue to be with that karmic. And I will also say that being in a karmic relationship is a lot easier than being in a twin connection or being around their twin, because being around their twin means that they have to concentrate on themselves. Being around their twin means I have to feel the wounds that are deep inside of me. Being around your twin opens up things that they didn't even know that they needed to work on. It's a very difficult connection. It is the most difficult connection that anybody can ever go through. If this connection was so easy, everyone would be doing it. Everybody would have signed up for it, because everybody would have said, oh, this connection is just like the Notebook. It's so easy. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. And so being in that karmic relationship, they're supposed to be there to learn lessons. And if they're not learning, then basically they're practicing insanity, and they're going to keep on going and going and going and going and going, and they're going to be taking these remedial courses, and they're just going to be keep acting like clowns and jokers, and basically being with the karmic is like being in the circus. And they're going to keep handing out peanuts, and they're going to keep on handing out popcorn, because that's what they need to do until they start learning a lesson, until they start respecting themselves, until they start setting boundaries, until they start acting like a king. If you don't act like a king, then you're going to continue to be a joker, and you're going to continue to hand out Pop-Tarts, popcorn, Slurpees, whatever else is out there. Let me see, what did I miss? Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Hey, Leo's son. Thank you, Stella. I appreciate my moderators. I am Ether, Divine Light and Love Oracle, Jennifer, Dynamic Jennifer. I appreciate each one of you. Oh, hold on, where's my other? And now, let's see. Let me see here. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Let me see if I missed some. Sorry, this thing's jumping around. M says, is your twin the runner, Matt? When's the last time you had contact? Yeah, my twin is the runner, and it's been a few years since I had contact with her. Thanks, Radica, and Divine Light and Love. I really appreciate you guys helping me with that. I think I got everybody's questions. Did I get everybody's questions? Did I miss anybody? If I missed your question, add it back in there. Weed delivery, that's funny. Did I miss anybody's questions? I think I got everybody. Hey Victoria, you've been painting. That's awesome. I bet you make some awesome paintings, Victoria. Yeah, Christy, the connection is so intense. It's very intense. And that's another reason why you need to focus on yourself, because if you don't focus on yourself, then that intensity of the energy is going to continue to open those wounds. It's going to continue to just shove things in your face, and it's going to break you down. Your twin says he can't watch The Notebook. That's funny. Well, when I was with my twin fell asleep during The Notebook, and I had to watch it by myself. And at the time, I didn't even know anything about twins, and I didn't even know The Notebook was about twins. Thanks, Em. I do have union. I have union with myself. I am very happy with the union with myself because myself, I go get Pop Tarts anytime I want to. I get to get on people's live events like my soul sisters Stella and Liz, and I can go in there and I can joke around and talk about poor schmucks and talk about all my Pop Tarts that I don't eat that people think that I eat, and I can just go do whatever I want to do, and I can be happy every single day, and I can help people, wonderful people like you guys, and it doesn't. I'm gonna tell you one thing. One of the most important things that you can do is serve others. Serving others is one, if not the most important thing that you can do. And I love serving others. I love helping people. And I love whenever I get emails and comments from people that say, I really appreciate everything that you're doing to help me get into union. And I'm in union because you know what? I will tell them this. I can't take any credit for you being in union because everything that I said is what you knew inside of you. And only thing I will say is I was probably your confirmation. But I will never take credit for it because I can't take credit for it. Let's see here. Where we at? Ashley says, what's a karmic? Well, Ashley, a karmic is someone that you're with that is there to teach you a lesson. It's not somebody that you permanently should be with your whole life. Although, if you don't learn the lesson, then you might be with them for a while. But it's up to you to learn. And basically, I always look at karmics as people that I'm supposed to learn from. And I've had a few of those in my life, to include my marriage. And it took me a while to learn my lesson, but because obviously I was a slow learner, and I mean I had a lot of unhealthy behaviors whenever it came down to relationships, and a lot of those things stem from my childhood and how I was raised. So, and I'm sure, I know that other people have the same thing. I mean, because, my parents didn't even teach me about relationships and the importance and how they should be. And, whenever, my parents divorced when I was like 6 years old, and I never knew exactly, how you're supposed to treat people in relationships. And the only thing I learned from was like watching my dad. And so, like, he was always with a strong woman that like basically pushed him around and stuff. And, without even knowing it, I kind of mirrored that in a way until I learned to stand up for myself, till I learned how to respect myself, till I learned, hey man, this is not right. This is not how it should be. So a karmic is somebody that you're supposed to learn lessons from, which is why it's very important to work on yourself, but so that way that you can listen to your intuition, and you know what the truth is. You know by watching a person's actions, you know yourself. Knowing yourself is definitely one of the most important things that you can do is know yourself. And if you don't know yourself, you need to just spend time with yourself. If you can't spend time in a quiet room with yourself for numerous hours, then you might want to just self-reflect on that. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, Wendy. Let me see if I missed somebody. I'm sure I did. Kayla, Kayla says, why are you not in union? I am in union. I'm in union with myself. I think what you're asking is why I'm not in physical union. Well, Kayla, as you know, takes two people to be in union. So just because you work on yourself and just because you do everything that you're supposed to do doesn't mean that you'll always be in union. And some people, some twins, they're not supposed to go in union. That's just a simple fact. And Basically, that's why you have to make sure that you are that you're at that 80, 90 percentile on deliberate development, self-improvement, and your personal healing. So that way you give the divine an opportunity to be able to align you back up once your counterpart's at the same point that you are. And if for some odd reason, they have free will and they choose to go a different path, then hey, they go a different path. And now you have to make a decision at some point if you're not going into union, whether or not you want to be open to a soulmate or whatever it is. But basically, what I would recommend is just concentrating on yourself. Don't worry about why you're not in union. It doesn't really matter, because as long as you're in union within yourself, that's all that matters. Because the only thing that's in your span of control is yourself. Let me see here. Yeah, we got great vibrations in here, Spiritual Rebel, because everybody here loves to be here, loves to help other people, and there's no selfish person in this room. And you know what? This is a learning environment. Anybody can put stuff in there to learn, and we will talk about it. And that's why I do these events. I do these events to it not only benefits you guys, but it benefits me too. I learn a lot too. Jennifer asked, when and how did you realize what this journey was all about? Well, it took me a while to learn exactly what this was about, because I was really confused, and like I said, I went through 3 awakenings and didn't realize I was, what I was actually going through whenever I was going through them. And then I went on, before my 3rd awakening, I went through a dark night of soul, which went straight into my 3rd awakening. And then after that time, I was pushed to contact a spiritual advisor, and then I just started seeing things on my phone, and then the more I would just be by myself, and I would get these understandings. It's kind of like how I channel these messages through music. And I figured out, I finally got wise enough, because I went through so many remedial courses that that I understood exactly what I was going through. And so I would say that probably the point that I actually realized that was last year, roughly around August, September timeframe of last year. But so as you can see, I've made a lot of progress from then to now. So we're almost a year later, and this is where I am now. I always like to joke around, Stella. And sorry I missed your question earlier, Jennifer. Let me see if I'm missing somebody's question. No, you're all right, Michelle. Don't worry about it. I'm glad this is your first chat ever. I'm happy that you came to my chat, and you know what? Hey, I understand. I'm not even good at this, and I've been doing this since March, live chat since March, I think. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Oh my God, you guys are funny. After, I watch them when I go on dates. Oh man. Yeah, Spiritual Rebel says, I'm the runner and the chaser. He just stands still because he don't know what to do. He's in shock. That's why you know he's in Joker energy. You asked, what time is it where I am? It is 20 after 8 p.m. And I am from the Carolinas. Let me see here. Make sure I don't miss everybody's questions. I wish I could just have a question queue on here. I'm gonna make that recommendation to YouTube. Yeah, I mean, I like to chat, but I wish I could have like my mods put the questions into a queue so I can sit here and answer the questions and don't have to scroll all the way through the chats to figure out, the questions. I mean, that would actually make more sense, but I guess they don't like what makes sense, or maybe they just didn't get that idea yet. Spiritual Rebel, you can have a Pop-Tart. They ain't gonna hurt you. What's a Pop-Tart done to you? That's right, Leo. Gotta love yourself first. Nobody gonna make you happy if you ain't happy with yourself. Yep, the twin flame journey is not a joke. And no, I don't use cards. I've been told I could read them, but I choose not to. They don't resonate with me. However, I might develop cards one day, and if I do, Liz said she was gonna use them first. You're welcome, Eva. Thank you for coming to my live event and supporting me. You always support me, and I appreciate that. Yep, peace, love, and happiness. Let's see. Make sure I don't miss anything. Leo says my DM contacted me, then stopped responding to my text. Yeah, unfortunately, that's normal. That's why you got to go in there without having any expectations. Jennifer, your mom's in Charleston. I love Charleston. Work smarter, not harder. That's true. Yeah, I send you some love, Leo, son. Just hang in there. You're on the right path, and stay strong, because you are strong. Black Ghost. Wendy asks, can I share anything about your experience going to your spiritual counselor after your dark night of the soul? Yeah. When I went to my my spiritual advisor, basically they confirmed a lot of things. I'm not going to go into detail because it's my personal experiences, and I don't really want to put those out there, but I will say this. A lot of questions I had were confirmed. So basically they were my confirmation, and they actually helped me get on the journey that I'm on now. And they basically guided me to where I am now. And, I went through several sessions with them, and one of the sessions that I went through, they were saying that, the angels are saying that I need to resurrect my YouTube channel and that 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 I'm gonna have a large following and I'm gonna be a big hit and all this stuff. And I'm like sitting there thinking, I'm like, have you looked at my YouTube channel? I barely have five subs. I'm like, all right, you're talking about big hit. So you mean what? I'm gonna get 20 subs? And so literally, I really only thought that I was gonna get 20 subs, and I never thought that I would get any more than 20 subs, and uh, and I didn't really believe the fact that my YouTube channel would. I didn't. I don't know, man. I didn't believe that my YouTube channel would be at where it is right now, to be honest. And I didn't think my messages would resonate with people, and I didn't even know that I would be able to help other people. Um, and obviously, the divine and the angels had other thoughts for me, and but what I will say is that that spiritual advisor helped me get to the point where I am today, because I had a lot of questions, just like you guys have a lot of questions, and and then and so basically they just helped me the same way that I'm helping you. And that's basically all I'm gonna say about that. um B-52s, Love Shack, man. I can't sing, but if I could, I would sing it. Love slap, baby. Oh my God, y'all are funny. I appreciate you, Leo son. Jennifer said she was in her Queen of Swords at our last communication, not harsh, but standing in my power and voicing it. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's what you need to do. I mean, you don't, especially if they're in a negative energy or negative vibration. Hey, Butterfly New Beginnings. Where are the clowns and jokers? Not at my house. I don't know where they're at. Hopefully they juggling some old crusty tennis balls. I agree, Liz is the bee's knees. So are you, Stella. Matt's not gonna sing B-52s. I know you guys would love to see me sing, but my singing days are done. I retired. Ether owes me some Don Julio 1942. She drank it by herself the other night. Without me. So sad. So sad you drank the 1942 without me. Oh, you're a family? That's all right. I was just joking, Ether. I wasn't being. I mean, I was, but I wasn't. You know what they always say is there's some fact to every joke, right? No, Ether. I can't accept that. But one day if they we one day if I do a King Trident meet and greet, then yeah, we'll definitely do that. I would definitely do that. Michelle, yeah, I felt blank sad. With that being said, out loud, I never lost a light. I had 800. Yes, you stay with the light, Michelle. Pina colada in the Caribbean. I'll take that too, Radica. Cheers to you, Leo son. Cheers to you. I'm Ether. Y'all are awesome. Thanks, Stella. All right, guys. I think I'm about done. I appreciate everybody coming to my live event. I appreciate the fact that I learn just as much as you guys do whenever I have these live events and I share messages. A lot of times whenever I share messages, some of the little bits and pieces that are in my message, I actually don't remember, and I have to go back and I watch my video because I learn things from my messages too. And I'm so appreciative of the following that I have, and I'm appreciative of every person. I'm even appreciative of the people that dislike my video because it helps with sharing of my videos with other people. So when people dislike it, it actually helps people that actually need that video because YouTube will start sharing my video no matter if it's liked or disliked. So I mean, I really appreciate it. I appreciate everybody. Two pina coladas. But yeah, so I just wanted to say that. And, I will say this too, that my last live event, I had one of my followers, Andrew, recommended that I do a separate video with just that message in the video because he said it was one of the most powerful messages that he has seen, and he believes that people need to watch just that message. So I plan on redoing that message in a separate video just so other people can watch, because I know some people don't like to go to the live events if they're not live. So I'm going to take that advice and I'm going to do that. Thank you, Leo son. I always love having date night with my queens. So anyway, y'all have a good night and an awesome weekend. And whenever you're having your favorite beverage, make sure that you cheers the King Trident. And I'll do the same to you guys. I'm sending you much love and light. And remember, the 3 most important things in life is peace, love, and happiness. Y'all have a good night and a great and